We are happy to have Satyajit Agrawal, who's passionately working on beach cleaning and plastic recycling. Uh, Satyajit, can you tell us about how you first became interested in beach cleaning and plastic recycling?
So a few years ago, we had a lady came to our house who lives nearby, and in front of her house there is a canyon. So in our region there are many canyons. So it's a region full of canyons. Canyons are or ravines or they are basically natural ways for rainwater to go into the sea. So this area is full of them, and but nowadays what has happened? We have so much excess of waste, especially plastic waste, and there is no landfill or no way for our panchayat to get rid of all this. So an easy way. So I got interested in beach cleaning and cleaning of ravines around my house and forests and roads, and because I saw that nobody was doing it basically, and we approached the government, and they said that they have nowhere to put all this trash, so they didn't want to do anything.
And what are the biggest challenges you faced and how did you overcome them?
Biggest challenge, of course, is when you are dealing with trash, which is often it is dirty, it is plastic mixed with food that you have to deal with, and find a sustainable solution for this very toxic waste. So because our concern is the environment, we want to protect our water, our soil, and also our air, because a lot of it gets burnt, and the nanoparticles are all over in the air, and when plastic is burnt, we all know it releases greenhouse gases, which is terrible for the environment. But
is that toxic or?
It's very toxic. It's probably the biggest, burning of plastic is considered one of the biggest pollutant of our air around the world. So in the Western countries, we all have heard that a lot of big countries, developed countries, they burn plastic waste and mixed waste to create energy, and nowadays even people are saying that it's not a sustainable way. So the best is to ban plastic. That would be the best solution, but that we are not being able to do. Plastic production is doubling, tripling every year. So because the big corporates are behind plastic productions, and
How do you involve the community in your efforts to clean up the beaches and recycle plastic?
Yeah, it's basically word of mouth. We have many WhatsApp groups with some with school children, some with our local community, and there is one group which is Zero Waste Society, which we formed about 2 years ago, and now we have 150 members. Most of them are local people who are concerned like me, who want to see our area clean, and and they're worried about pollution in water and soil and air.
If someone wants to join that Zero Waste Society, whom do they contact? On what number?
Yeah, they can contact me, and I'll give my number. And it's mainly for local people, but we have people from interstate also and outside India also. But mostly people who live locally in Pondicherry and Auroville.
How can we encourage more people to get involved in beach cleaning and recycling?
Okay, it's very difficult to get people interested because everybody thinks it is not my problem. But actually it is everybody's problem, you know. If we don't have, you know, we can have a lot of money, but if we don't have clean air to breathe and clean water to drink, then it's no use. So a lot of people are understanding this now. And a lot of people that are joining with us is there because they're thinking about the next generation, you know, they're thinking about their children, you know. If the situation is like that now, then how much worse it's going to be after 10 years, 20 years. We can almost imagine it. And also we hear so many news, the climate change, which everybody now believes it's happening and it's man-made. It's due to deforestation and so many other mining and all this extraction and all this greed for things, you know, it's causing this. So a lot of people are becoming conscious and slowly we are becoming a bigger group, and you know, and we are having a lot of discussions, which is great, you know. Instead of discussing so many other things, why not discuss about things that really matter, which is water and air.
Can you share a moment or a story which is very inspiring on this subject, which you experienced?
Yeah, it's mostly with children. Like we go to schools and like just 2 weeks ago we went to a rural school quite deep in the village, far away from city. And so we told the children about, I mean, they were already aware. That I was quite surprised. They were little children, they were between 6 and 11-year-old, primary school, and they were already aware about plastic pollution. So when we asked them why is plastic bad and why you should not dump it here and there or burn it, they had answers. Yeah. And but then I said, but you see it all around your village, it's dumped, you know, in many places and it's being burned. So they said, yeah, it's not good and they don't like the smell. And I mean, they are not going too much into the technicalities, but they know it's a problem. And immediately when I showed them what we do with plastic, you know, we make ropes with plastic packaging, and then we weave them into baskets and furniture and, you know, all sorts of crafts and, you know, even playful things to play with. So they were really interested in it. And immediately after we finished the talk, which was very short, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, they all were already aware, and they all, you know, they had toffee wrappers and chips packets. They started giving it to me, you know. We don't want to put it in the bin, because once it is thrown in a bin, it's going to go somewhere in nature. They understood that. So they said, you keep it and you recycle it, upcycle it. And they were all ready to help me also. So that was very inspiring.
What advice do you have, Satya, for people who want to make a difference in their communities, but don't know where to start?
Start with near your house. Start from your house. That's the main thing. So make sure your household is not contributing to the waste which is everywhere. So make sure firstly, don't use plastic. But if you cannot avoid it, make sure it's going to be recycled. That is going to go somewhere where it will be recycled or repurposed or reused, and it's not going to go in nature. Whether plastic or anything, it should not go in no waste should be there. This earth is not a waste bin, let's say.
Great. And how can people stay informed about the latest developments in your fight against plastic pollution and the efforts to protect our oceans and beaches?
About us, we are on Instagram. We have 2 accounts. One is Pondi Bloggers and one is called Zero Waste Beach. So everything, all the latest things, you can find them there. And you can always join our WhatsApp group. It's a Zero Waste Society group, for which you can write to me. I'll give my phone number.
And what are your plans for the future of this work on beach cleaning and plastic recycling?
The future for me is very clear. We'll all, I understand not everybody can do this sort of work, especially if you have children to take care of, or you have your parents to take care of, or you have a job, like a regular job. It's impossible, you can't do this sort of work. It's time consuming, it's frustrating, so the future I see is people like me, who have time, or we can spare 2-3 hours every day. We need more people, and who are passionate about environment and wildlife. And I want to find more and more such people. And we really want to make it into a movement. First a local movement, then a global movement. Already there are many movements going around, and we want to join with all other movements. And anybody, we are ready to work with schools, with communities, with organizations, with the government. Next week I have a presentation with Pondicherry government. So first time they have called me. So hopefully things will move in the right direction, because clean water, clean air is good for everybody, not only humans but also all the other creatures and trees. And so
Superb. Good luck, Satya, for your meetings with the government.
Thank you so much.
Finally, how can people get involved and support your efforts?
Yeah, we don't. This is so tricky, and nowadays we talk about circular economy and sustainability. These are tricky things. We should not get into any sort of greenwashing with that, because that is also happening a lot. We need to really just think about everything we are doing about environment. Let's discuss. Is it okay? We are doing in our group. People find out, oh, this is happening in Africa. This sort of recycling, this sort of upcycling in Europe. Is it good? Is it sustainable? Let's ask these questions. And and those who are interested in, or those who are knowledgeable, let's discuss. Let's talk about it. Let's not put it in the back shelf. Because it is important, and and more, and let's get children involved in these sort of discussions. Let there be, competitions in schools. Who comes out with a brilliant idea? Who comes out with sustainable idea? And let's promote these sort of activities. That's our idea for future.
Best of luck, Satya.
Thank you so much.
Really good to hear from you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good luck till next interview.
Thank you.